Hi there, gaming buddies. My last video was on a very mundane topic of weather, but after I read what PhD&D had posted on Facebook about the subject of food, I knew I had to make another mundane RPG topic video. And this is about food within the game, not at the game table. So he asked, do you use it at all? For example, do you let the PCs know what the special is at the tavern? Absolutely. In fact, I go into detail when I describe taverns, because those are usually the places that the PCs will come back to over and over to get not just nourishment, but information, meet their contacts, all sorts. So I describe what the tavern smells like, what the furniture is like, what the clientele is like, what's on the walls, how's the lighting, what are the servants like? Are they slaves? Are they robots? What's the innkeeper like? And all these things add to immersion, and it makes the place more memorable. And by doing that, you already start to make the place more significant to the players. So that if they have like a thought like, oh, well, we need this and that, then they might go back to the tavern the first thing instead of just rolling for some skill for gathering information or what have you. Um, but yeah, of course, I describe what the food is like, what's on tap, is it complete will, do they have fine wine of a rare vintage, what's if it's a fishing village, then most food will be made of fish, of course. A meat might be a bit more rare and expensive, and yeah, um, food in general, those just like trail rations, you shouldn't describe it all like repeatedly, but you can make certain points about the culture of the people that have made the rations, and what the state of this community is like that prepares the rations. For example, in my Shackles game, and I'm gonna give a couple of examples here because these are the ones that are freshest in my mind. So at the very beginning, they met some turtle people, and they were friendly, and they were able to sort of negotiate with them, and they got some trail rations from them. Now they are vegetarians. They don't eat meat at all, and even fish is sort of prepared in a sacred ritual, so it was all vegetarian what they got. So there was mushroom soup in carved wooden containers with screwed on tops, and berry juice that was blessed by their shaman that actually acted as a healing potion. But a different flavor again, if you'll pardon the pun. Uh, and the other food was wrapped in big leaves and so on, nuts and carrots and so on. Anyway, this brought a bit more of the sense of what this community is like, what this species is like to the players. So it wasn't just, okay, you get X amount of trail rations. Because I really wanted to point out that these are very simple people. They don't hunt really, and so on. So it helped bring this species alive a bit more. Again, increase the immersion. Later on in the game, they were in a port city, and I think I actually got this idea from the Skull and Shackles book, one of them. Anyway, there was one of those port cities that served this special dark Sargasso ale. Very cheap, very potent, and a favorite of all pirates for all the above reasons. So a few of them got wasted on that. It was made for a nice diversion. It wasn't anything really significant, but again, just something fun, a bit more flavor. Um, Later, they got picked up these barrels full of quite rare eels. So they had rare fish as cargo, food stuff, and they had to deliver this cargo in time to a different port so that it would not spoil. And they did. They got paid on delivery, but later on in that town that they had delivered the stuff to, they went to a new tavern they had never been to. It was a bit more expensive than they were used to, but once they went there, they found out that, oh, now they have a brand new special dish is eel pie. And they actually got to taste the fruits of their labors, which was, again, just a minor thing, but cool, you know? It's just one of those nice little things. And uh, actually, in that game, one of the characters has cook as their profession, so he has skill points in that. I haven't really had him like create any special meals yet, but it is possible. Once actually very soon in the plot they will go into a place where there are these special ingredients that can be cooked, and they can heighten resistances, for example, to poisons and diseases. So again, they are bringing about a bit more making food important and not just a necessity. But it's a nice thing to describe, and you know, and it does. You can use it to define different races, different nations. I mean, there are national dishes, and I'm a Finn. Some of the things I absolutely love are things that I know would make certain other people from different countries probably throw up or something. But that's just the way it goes. It's what the culture is, what the customs are. Certain foods might even have a lot of history attached to them. A lot of the dishes do, even here in Finland. And but yeah, at the end here, I wanted to mention I own Tallus, City by the Spire, a huge, massive book that dwarfs even the Pathfinder core rulebook and the Dungeon Crawl Classics rulebook in size. Think of that for a moment. I'll probably even review it at some point. It's a very expensive product, but yeah, it came with all sorts of handy uh, maps and, well, handouts actually. And this is one of them. Okay, first off, in the town, it's like below the town are loads of dungeons, and the mid-town area is where most people go down under and uh, delve deep and get all sorts of treasures and so on. So a lot of neat services have cropped up around Midtown. So one of the biggest, most popular restaurants is the Ghostly Minstrel, and this is their menu. This is a handout. There's the logo on top, and you can see soups, poultry, cold plates, fish, desserts. So when the guys went to the Ghostly Minstrel on their very first visit, and one of the guys asked if they had any uh, good steaks on their in their kitchen, I was just able to give this to the players, and immediately they were like all interested, like, oh, what's this? Reading through what they could afford, and yeah, it's this little thing. I mean, there's like cherry-filled honeyed bun, 2 copper pennies. Pickled herring on flatbread, 2 silver shields. Noted with, served with buttered potatoes. So, again, small minor thing, but this is the kind of stuff that really can make your sessions a lot more fun. And if your groups have like a favorite tavern in a long-running campaign, you might actually consider making a menu like this for yourself and giving it to the players the next time they go there. They're like, oh, you good folks are back. You'll be interested to know that we had a slight windfall and we've expanded our menu, so here you go. And it's just a little fun thing, but again, a Monday topic, but I think a pretty interesting one at that. That's it for me. I'm going to get some food for myself actually, and have a very tasty day. Bye.